we did in the past, I think it's very important. When the parties negotiated on the UN Convention on UN Framework Convention on Climate Change and the Kyoto Protocol, were not part of those process. That's why we assembled in 2000 to Lyon, and we evaluated the whole process as well as the issues under discussion. And the International Indigenous Forum came to the conclusion that we are the least contributors to the global warming and climate change, but we are the first victims of climate change. And we also realize that we have been affected from the climate change. Usually it's, there are possibilities the climate change solution can also affect us. With this understanding, we started our participation in this process, and at the first moment in 2000, we were not recognized as indigenous constituency or indigenous peoples. And that's why as an NGO, we started discussion, and we asked them, indigenous peoples are different, and United Systems has been addressing indigenous concerns and problems differently, and UN has developed draft declaration on the rights of indigenous peoples, and that's why our constituency is different. We are peoples, we are not NGOs, and we should be recognized as indigenous peoples, a different constitution. That was our starting point. And later on...
And that was in Lyon?
In Lyon.
Also explain, you made this one statement, that's what you was talking about, the statement which was not read because he was not allowed to read it.
At the beginning, that was the position, because we were not recognized as indigenous peoples, even as indigenous constituency. There was no indigenous constituency in this process. And secondly, we brought our statements, position paper, statement and positions papers on different issues under the discussion of climate change convention, CDM, this even other issues. And our strong opposition was that forest should not be included in CDM, yeah, because we had actually discussed on this issue from different perspective, indigenous perspective as well as other legal perspective. And the main reason was the CDM was developed without our participation, without our knowledge, and we have the experience of other development projects that happen in our lands, territories, and without our prior informed consent, there are many projects actually implementing in our areas, and our experience as well as the results, what we faced, I think is not memorable. That's why we oppose that actually proposal to include forest into CDM process.
But that
and